Good morning, and welcome to Lowcountry Charity Spotlight, presented by Merchant Cooperative. This morning, Kristen Maurer is spotlighting one Lowcountry charity that is helping make our local community a better place. Merchant Cooperative, a full-service credit card processing company, is proud to sponsor Lowcountry Charity Spotlight each Saturday morning here on News Radio 94.3 WSC. And now your host, Kristen Maurer.
Good morning, Charleston. Saturday morning, early, 7:30 in the morning. I'm here with Tom Powers, the most probably talented guy I know. How you doing, Tom?
You need to meet some more people, man.
No, I don't want to know anybody else. I'm going through my back sack. I saw a movie with George Clooney taking people out of your back sack, and you're still in there, buddy.
Hey, it makes me feel good. Good morning, Charleston. We are here today with our friend from SCSolarEnergy.com, William Wilson is engineer there. He's talking about a pretty cool, unique charity, and let's get right into it. William, how you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Charleston, and I'm doing well.
Awesome. So, William, we just sort of chit-chatting a little bit before the show started about your business, which is very interesting, too. But let's talk about the charity that you're here. You're a main sponsor of this charity, and you're here to help promote it. Tell us about it.
The name of the charity is Kiaswi, the name of the organization. Mm-hmm. And moving forward, what they are promoting is to make men better men in the community. And what they do is try to uplift men to be better fathers, be better husbands.
Gotcha.
And, I stand behind an organization that is trying to uplift anyone in the community to make the community better. But this one is designed to help men be better and be better role models.
So men specifically be better role models, better fathers, right? I mean, a good, strong father is a good key component of
how do you apply? How do you find the men that should be better fathers and better men? How do the guys know that it's them?
Well, that's one of the neat things about the organization is that once we get this out there, it applies to every person, every man. This should go to them on the inside, to the core, to want to be a better person, because now if you become a better person, now you help Charleston basically on a one-person individual become better. And once you improve yourself as an individual, it helps Charleston in the long run.
So this is like a brand new charity that's getting going, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a new charitable organization.
That's great.
And it's getting off the ground. It's getting some traction now. But something like this, I think, should be heard throughout the Charleston area and beyond. Because if we can increase people in general to be better, well, it helps everything from the crime rates to being better role models in schools, to even helping the home itself, being there for your kids, because now your kids can come in and nominate you for Father of the Month and Father of the Year.
Right. Is there a website up yet
a
or
website?
Anything like that?
Yeah, there is a website that's available, and she's going to be here shortly to talk more about that and elaborate more about it. I just greatly support the charitable organization.
Yeah, but any
doing.
guy who's listening out there, or any family member that wants to put the head of the household or the man,
nominate.
That doesn't mean that the man's always the head of the household.
Well, we're coming up on our first segment here. Again, today we're with William Wilson. William Wilson is the owner of SCSolarEnergy.com. He's in here today. He's actually one of our customers with Merchant Cooperative, and we'd come talking with him about it, and he's here to help out a new charity that's just getting started. So,
and he's making a big donation to a charity, too, and we're going to talk about that when we come back. You're listening to News Radio 94.3 WSC FM. Welcome back, Charleston. How you doing? You're doing great, William. William Wilson, SC Solar Energy. So if the sun doesn't come up tomorrow, you're out of business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I should be okay.
We're all out of business if the sun doesn't come up tomorrow. Who sang that song? But I forgot. Was that Shirley Temple?
I think so, yeah.
Something about tomorrow. Tomorrow, whatever.
SCSolarEnergy.com is William's business. William's here with us today, Lowcountry Charity Spotlight. His sister, Tori Wilson, is starting up a new nonprofit, and he's just here. He's actually a friend of Merchant Cooperative as well. So he's just here telling us a little bit about it. Tori Wilson is starting this, and the charity, again, what's the proper name for it?
It's called Kiaswi.
What, a Kiaswi's?
Yeah, that I could not explain that to you. She would have to come in and give you the origin of that.
Gotcha.
I know the origin of SC Solar Energy.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What's the purpose of SC Solar Energy?
Well, the purpose of SC Solar Energy is to go into any establishment, whether it's a residential or business, and to reduce the electric bill as much as they would like.
Amen.
To reduce their kilowatt hours to where you don't have to have a $300 or $400 electric bill.
Yeah.
We put a solar array on your home or establishment.
Mine was $414 last month.
And we can
First time I ever looked at it.
We can take an electric bill like such and reduce it $15 to $20.
Can you still keep my hot tub at 104 degrees?
And keep it at 104 degrees.
That's amazing.
We will put a solar thermal on your roof. One collector runs 40 gallons each. So we have a 80-gallon solar thermal application on your roof, and we can set the temperature to where you're satisfied.
How'd you learn all this stuff? Tell us about your background. How did you say, okay, I'm sure you just didn't wake up one morning and, you had to have some planning. What got you into it?
Well, I did some research. About 10 years ago, when the solar industry was pretty much dead here in South Carolina, I looked and wanted to change careers in what I was doing. At that time, I was working in the paper industry, and I wanted more out of life. I wanted to do more. I was always intrigued with electricity, being that my father worked for Berkeley Electric Co-op for 40 years.
Yeah.
So I was always around electricity, and that became almost my second language, was kilowatt hours and electric bills. And when Hurricane Hugo came through the Lowcountry and pretty much demolished the Charleston area, I think that was when I really took electricity, kilowatt hours, I really home in on it, because no one wants
You
to
didn't have it for a while, right?
Right,
How long was
without
the power out?
Weeks.
Yeah, that's correct.
It was rough. I was here. It was an interesting time.
And
sure.
Right after that is when the light bulb kicked in with me with, well, is there anything, even though at that time it was really dead, alternative energy. Mm-hmm. But I knew that there was a need for it, something that we can depend on when the grid goes down.
So when you do this solar stuff to a house, when I say solar stuff, I don't know the technical terms for it. You don't need any electricity to the house at all? It's totally self-sufficient, or is it sort of like a electric car but you still have to have fuel in it?
It can be. We have various applications. With one of the applications is we provide you with a battery bank. And the battery bank would then becomes your power source. Your solar panels on your roof would distribute the electricity from your panels to your inverter or microinverter, and from that point distribute it to your battery. So that way, if you want to be off the grid and have an off-grid application, you would then power your home or whatever establishment that you want with your battery bank. So that would become your main power source.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted, the second application would be to be interconnected into the grid. It's called interconnection.
Like a hybrid system.
Right.
Right.
With the interconnection, once you're interconnected into the grid, you're still on the local utility company power line. So if the grid goes down, you go down with the grid because you're still interconnected. You don't have a power source to rely on if their grid goes down. But what it does is reduce your electric bill.
Well, I imagine, too, when it's as hot as it's going to be and you're going to use the most electricity to cool your home, it's coincidentally when the sun's shining the most.
Right. Yeah.
So that's kind of a
Yeah. What about a bunch of gray days? You go, I don't know, I grew up north, so we'd go 3 months without the sun coming. It felt like it, but a long period of time overcast. I mean, does it still get those rays through there? You know, like people say you can get suntan or sunburn on an overcast day. Is it sort of similar to that?
It's very similar to it. Your solar array still works. It just doesn't produce as much power as if the sun was out. And the best example that I can give off of that is if you have a vehicle, a Corvette, and let's say there's
He actually has a Corvette.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say it's 200 on the dash. Well, if you take your foot off, well, you probably can get 180 miles an hour instead of you having your foot on the gas and you're maxing it out.
Right.
It's
I got to
the
go up
same
to
way with
Darlington
solar.
and try that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me that.
You go with, on a cloudy day as an overcast, you probably can produce anywhere between 30 and 40% of electricity. And there's no sun out, it's overcast, but you still producing electricity.
Yeah.
And you be able to see that online with your inverter solar package where you can literally see what's being produced.
What's it cost to put this system in? Does
Let's
the
see.
government pay for some of it or something?
Well, let's say your average one-story, middle American type ranch house, you know, $120,000-$150,000 house. What's in it for somebody like that, the average consumer out there?
You're looking, pending the square footage of the roof, which is very vital and important to any solar application, is the orientation of your roof. We want it south, southeast, southwest. We can even do east or west. Anything that's north, it's not applicable to do it. You're looking with perfect solar orientation, anywhere between 15 to 20,000. That's not factoring in any tax credits.
Okay.
Once you take advantage of the tax credits,
20 G's.
20,000, 30% of that is federal, the federal tax incentives, and then you have the state, which is 25%. So
But
you have a tax
almost half,
package
a little
of
more than half.
55%.
Yeah, I don't know how
Right.
that works, but we had someone come out and get us a bid on changing all of our windows, putting in a solar thing, putting in a different hot water heater, and if we would have done it all, it came out to like $43,000. And if my electric bill was $400, it was going to save me 40%, or I wouldn't spend any money and I could pay my electric bill for 10 years.
Wow.
What do you see as savings if you were to do that on a house where the orientation and everything lined up right?
If the orientation, everything lined up, perfect
Right.
install, their electric bill, depending on what that is, something of that size, you can see a savings easily of 70%.
70%.
Easily.
Wow. So that could be quite substantial if you're, you know, especially hitting in the summertime, $250,
Yeah.
$350, $400, $500 power bills.
I've
Down
done
to
some
$70
homes.
bucks.
I've done some homes here in the community locally where their electric bill was $350 to $300 a month. And with an 8 kW solar array, which ran her $28,000, it reduced her bill from $300 to $15,
To almost like just the minimum.
bare minimum. And the
So she spent
$15,
$15,000. It went to $15?
it was $28,000 that she spent on the solar array.
Okay, $28,000.
Once she went ahead and got everything taken care of,
Right.
we did the install. Her electric bill before the install was $300 to $350 a month.
Right.
That's what it was running. After the install, her electric bill was $15.
That is
And that
great.
was the
See,
intercon-
that's worth spending that money.
Right, and that's the meter fee that you pay for being tied in to the utility company.
Wow.
Right.
So she really didn't have an electric bill that month. And then the following month, she was a little bit careless, and I think her electric bill was $24 a month.
Well,
The
yeah,
next-
Went
and-
crazy with a hairdryer or something.
Right, something happened.
Yeah.
And she,
Stereo blast.
right, and then she was able to enjoy her tax credits as well.
yeah.
Yeah, so you get those, you take those tax credits into account. It's
So
going
that's what
to,
I'm not taking into account. I don't know nothing
Well,
about tax credits.
and for whatever it's worth, I don't think you're ever going to sell Camp Christian, but I mean, I imagine you're improving the value of your house
Absolutely.
the equity of the house is going to rise. The home's value is going to rise. Absolutely. And what I think a lot of people, I would imagine, probably what you tell people is you're basing that on today's cost of a kilowatt hour.
That's right.
Who knows what it's going to be 5 years from now?
That's right, Tom.
Or 10 years from now with whatever's going on, with government regulations or extra carbon taxes or whatever else is out there. You don't know really what that's going to cost 5 to 10 years from now.
That's a good point.
Right.
It's just like, what your cell phone bill was. And
yeah, your cell phone bill, 5 years ago
But then again,
was
gasoline.
triple what it was.
Then again, gasoline was $4 a gallon 4 months ago. Now it's $1.96.
That's a whole nother radio show is why that is. But
What about moon rays? Can you do anything with moon rays?
We're still working on that. We're not there yet. We're working on it. And we get
People
back
think
to
I'm
you.
joking, but I read something about they were using rays from the moon.
Well, it
power
does.
things.
It does put off radiation. The moon is a source of light. It's it's a source of light. So I'm not comfortable with putting anything out there to say that we can power a home with the moonlight. But I will say I'm comfortable in saying that it's in the works.
I think I saw a hair regrowth treatment that was based on moon power.
Yeah.
Where you got to get out there on the full moon with this special device on top of your head.
That's right. My hair's falling out. Tom, you comb your hair forward like Paul,
I do.
Paul Simon. You're not fooling anybody
I
there.
know. I know.
I don't know you well enough to talk about your hair.
Oh, well, guys. So
William's a great guy. I'll tell you something. Your company's doing well.
Yeah, we're doing well.
How long you been in business?
4 years, going on 5 years right now.
Awesome. Man.
that's good.
That's great.
That's the first hump. You get past those
You
first
making
couple
any
of
money?
years.
Right now, I'm doing all right. I'm not making too much, but
Yeah, it's competitive out there, but the people that you are working with are saving a ton of money, and that's a great thing. Plus, at the end of this Father of the Year thing, you're making a $10,000 donation. Tell us about that.
well, it was I think a great idea to reward anyone who is not nominated for Father of the Month, but Father of the Year. That's something that should be definitely recognized. And I think it should be recognized long term. And you want something that they can look back on and appreciate. But you know what? My hard work got me here. Being a role model in the community got me here. Being
married?
a role model for my family got me here.
Married?
No, I'm not.
You single guy?
I'm
So
single.
who votes for the Man of the Year? Is there a panel? Is there a drawing? Is it sort of like picking a lottery ball when they submit the application?
She has a board,
Gotcha.
a team of people that collect all of the names and does the interview, and they go through that whole process of selecting who will be the Father of the Month.
And whoever wins, you're going to give them a $10,000 system.
Basically, yeah,
You're
a
awesome.
solar
That's
thermal
You're awesome.
for their hard work and efforts.
Wow, man, and save that family money. That's what it's about. Charity. That's what the show's about.
Absolutely.
Well, Tom,
Yep.
you need that at the beach house, the solar thing over there. You got a lot of money. Why don't you write them a check right now and save all that money on electric
That
with the
power
heating and
bill-
air conditioning, all those
Yeah.
parties you throw down there.
That power bill
Shane
sometimes.
Griffin going crazy down there,
Oh yeah, that power bill sometimes can
wearing
be
Hawaiian shirts.
It can be upwards of $800-900 a month.
So you could save him a
But
lot.
we're wrapping the
I
first.
can definitely save him a great deal.
Well, let's come back to that. We're coming up onto the break on this segment. Let's come back to that and talk about it.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the power savings at Tom's Party Beach House down on Folly Beach. You're listening to the first and only News Talk Radio at 94.3 FM. Yes, Saturday morning, I'm here with William, South Carolina Solar. Tom, we have a great guest here.
Yeah, we're here with William and Tori Wilson also. William's a big-time sponsor of Tori's new charity, which is the Man of the Month. The right way to say
Father
it?
of the Month.
Father
yes.
of the Month. Father of the Month. Father of the Month. Tori, tell us a little bit about it. Everybody out there, listen, this is a brand new charity, so this is a great place for the Lowcountry Charity Spotlight to be. Let's help somebody out get really rolling. Tell us a
Okay.
little bit about it.
Yeah.
Well, my organization is Kiaswi. The organization was built to help reform the epidemic of absentee fathers. We're targeting the age group of 17 to 45, roughly. And we want to show the fathers out there that it can be done. And so by doing that, we can motivate them to do better.
Gotcha.
So Fathers of the Month will nominate someone. Well, someone will nominate a father, and we'll recognize them on air, and we will also give them an award and a plaque. And
Were these families that have maybe some turmoil in their families, or
could be anybody, yes.
Anything that makes somebody a good father.
Right.
Right.
If he's been there, if he's working 2 jobs, has 5 kids, something we want to recognize,
I don't think you necessarily have to have some turmoil. I think everybody's life has turmoil.
Yeah,
Right.
I think every life is challenging.
If you don't,
Right.
you're not living, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely dealing with children in any aspect on any end of the spectrum is a challenge, and anybody being a good father has definitely worked hard at doing it.
Right. And
What
that's
made you get into this? This is a great thing you're doing, by the way.
There is an epidemic, actually, of absentee fathers. And to me, we want to help those who can't do it. In addition, we thought it would be nice to recognize who are doing it. And,
I gotcha.
Right. So we want to promote
put the focus
that.
on the guys that are really doing the stand-up men out
Let's
there.
award them and let them be seen. I think it's a good thing. And that is what we're trying to do.
And you said that you can do that on a monthly basis and put that on air. Where's that being broadcast at?
On Bounce TV currently, and we're working on doing it on a more mainstream level after May.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool.
What's that website you got?
www.kiaswi.org.
So you can go on there and
Yes, you can see our organization information, and you can submit any questions or anything like that on our website.
So it's
to nominate somebody, right?
Yes.
www.kiaswi. That's KIASWI.
Yes.
Real quick,
Kiaswi.org.
how do you get where do you get the money to run this charity?
Well, right now we're doing donations and we're doing sponsorships. So those are some of the things that we're doing right now. If you want to donate, you can come to our website, and we have a PayPal registered there.
Cool.
Just go ahead and donate through our site.
Awesome.
Gotcha. And can they also reach you? Is there a number they can call if anybody listening or hearing the show archived on our website? How do they get a hold of you?
Well, they can dial area code 843-345-4235.
Cool.
Yes.
And the winner, Williams Company, is going to give that. That's a great thing you're giving there. $10,000 value package to have that family save money. That's a lot to be driven. But for families to nominate these guys out here to become Father of the Year, William, hats off to you, man. You're a good cat.
I appreciate that. It's a way of recognizing those for their hard work, for their families, and even for the Lowcountry. And it's a good way to recognize the state like we are moving forward. This is the direction that we want to drive, and the message that we want to send across really the whole state.
Well, our last segment of the show here flies by quick. You'd be surprised how fast 5 minutes goes by. So everyone out there listening, that's Tori Wilson with Father of the Month, which turns into Father of the Year, too.
Father of the Year, Father of the Month. Awesome.
Kiaswi.org, KIASWI.org. Guys, thanks for a great show.
Thank
Christian,
you.
have a good weekend. You guys have a good weekend.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, both of you. We really keep up the great work, and that's fantastic. Your company, the solar company, making a donation. And by recognizing guys that are good fathers out there, that's absolutely well-deserved.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming on the show. You're listening to Charleston's first and only FM News Talk Radio, 94.3 WSC FM.
Lowcountry Charity Spotlight is presented each week by Merchant Cooperative, a full-service credit card processing company that provides payment processing services to businesses all over the Lowcountry. Please help and support this morning's charity so they can continue their good works. Thank you for listening, and be sure to join us each Saturday morning at 7:30 here at News Radio 94.3 WSC.